Alright, good morning everyone. So I just saw my face in the camera. See that? That's a sty when you wake up with like a sore eyelid and it's just inflamed. I know I didn't get it from human to human contact because I was alone all weekend, so no funny business going on there, but that probably would have been more worth it than doing nothing but just the physical therapy. And aside from this sty that I've been putting water on, I'm in the best physical shape I've been in a long time. What we did today was some really intense holding a cable with weight on it and lifting to here and pressing the cable being attached where the phone is, coming down and coming, and a lot of stepping out with weights. Typical external rotation balancing stuff. But once we went through a few things, Dr. Fox had me floor press with dumbbells, and I did 30-pound dumbbells, and my triceps and chest, were screaming at this point, and I have no pain whatsoever. So I babied my rotator cuff tear, and when I do read some comments for you guys and get into training, I'm sure we'll talk lots about it. But if you guys are dealing with shoulder pains, whether it's bicep or supraspinatus, stuff behind your shoulder, let's talk about it and let's figure things out. But I'm really excited, and it's gonna be a long week down here. Snow, blizzard, I don't know if we'll get too much sun. But yeah, PT done. So if we rewind to last Monday, a week and a half ago exactly, I deadlifted for the first time and kind of twinged my shoulder, but it actually turned out to be good. But I took that week off of training upper body and just hit legs once. And so this Monday I went to PT, and I was excited with a fresh shoulder that I could train, and then I could come back all week and train. So I left PT Monday with the sty. It was really painful. And I was excited to train Wednesday, Thursday, and maybe Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And now it's Wednesday. And this is so painful that I really physically can't do anything. Like driving hurts, bending over hurts. So I guess more laying around and doing nothing. So the initial verdict is I might need an oral antibiotic. And what's the one thing I always promote not doing when you're on antibiotics? Lifting. Alright guys, so I just got home from the doctor and I'm exhausted. I couldn't sleep because of the pain. And my biggest worry about a 10-day antibiotic is that you can't... I've done research on antibiotics that they can promote tendon ruptures. So I did more research, and apparently fluoroquinines, things like Cipro and Leviquor or some crap, those are known to cause possible tendon ruptures. But amoxicillin-based antibiotics, like the one I'm taking, Augmentin, apparently there's no correlation between that and tendon rupture. So the side effects that are applicable to me are digestion problems, diarrhea, and lack of energy, which for someone working out and trying to build muscle, I guess that's better than tendon ruptures. For 10 days, I guess the upside is that I can only train legs at like 70-80% intensity. Upper is gonna be 30-40%. So what I'm thinking of repeating my leg workout, maybe a little less volume just because it was exhausting physically. So go do my leg workout now and start the antibiotics and do a 10-day antibiotics training run where I'm just getting my body healthy again. But really, it's really for my mind. This really sucks. So as if today wasn't great enough, we're apparently getting the worst blizzard we've gotten in like 10 years out here. So there's like 40-mile-an-hour or 30-mile-an-hour winds, and it's apparently just the beginning of like tip of the iceberg. So I got to wait for the urgent care to open. I got to wait at the doctor's office. I got to wait for my prescription, and then I went to put the steroid cream on my eye at the pharmacy, and there was a homeless man taking a shower in the sink, so I got to wait to come to the gym to put it on, which is great because I'm not in pain. So awesome day, and I get to vent. So let's see if I can train with this fucking thing, man. Let's go hit legs, hit the bands, and then safety squats. Yeah, and the bike. Cool. Yeah. Alright guys, how y'all doing? Let's get right into this voiceover today. I just finished training upper body, which you guys will see in the next video, but this is yesterday's leg session, from which I'm really sore in a great way. The only pain that I have is from doing heavier kettlebell swings. So I'm not really used to deadlifting or any hip hinging stuff other than from a squat, which obviously I'm just getting back into it. So I felt that I pulled on my glutes a little bit, kind of like around my butthole area from doing aggressive kettlebell swings. So I'll just take those or taper those back down to the 18-pound kettlebell, and I'll maintain that to practice my knee lockouts under some load. So squatting to parallel in a flat shoe is what the goal is lately, and from the bottom I'm not doing such a high bar quad only or quad dominant squat. I'm doing more of the hybrid RZ Fitness style squat, but I've learned a lot high bar squatting with Olympic style form on how to not round my lower back or even overarch and just use leverage. So this is kind of a happy medium of my old squat, which wasn't very good, and my new squat, which I was doing to avoid any loading, horizontal loading, having to push against the barbell, just trying to stay fully erect, was my new form, and it worked really well. I was able to squat with a bad knee and a herniated disc, so obviously it wasn't everything was in line for what I could do. Maybe it wasn't the best, maybe it was, I don't know, but that's in the past now. So here we are working with what I think is 175, and I'll let you guys watch some of my top sets. So because this is a safety bar, my goal for this day was to just about repeat 195 for 12. But I was feeling fine, so I figured we'd go for 192 or 195 for 15 reps. But unfortunately, because of the pain in my eye, having stayed up all night, being in physical, actual like delirious pain, it was horrible. I actually did 205 for 15. So I'm not happy about it because it's not what I wanted to do. It wasn't part of my training and part of my recovery. So I'll let you guys kind of get my idea of how I felt that day. All right guys, so the 75 is done. Last week we did 195 for 12. I'm feeling good enough to beat that. So the goal is to beat that, and trying to get this medicine in my eye. Let's do it. Damn it. So as I was saying, I went up to 205 instead of 195 and did 15 reps, and honestly it was too hard. So I'm very grateful that my knee isn't worse, I'm not in any pain, but I had to kind of compensate a little bit. Even though it looks pretty good, it just felt like my right knee couldn't handle the high volume and the weight. So the pain wasn't anything that I would really say is alarming. It's just an ache from all the muscles and connective tissue lengthening and strengthening. So I have a lot of connective tissue soreness around the knee, which feels like regular knee pain. So I won't bore you guys to death, but what I can say is I accidentally did too much volume. I was sick, I am sick, and never really push it that hard when you're sick. So obviously I need to chill, and that's exactly what I did on upper body today. So all my legs were pushed this day a little too hard. Today I took it easy on my upper body, which is very, very important to me. So next leg day, I won't go so crazy on the squats. I will not do 205 for 15. I might bang out 205 for like 8 to 12, but if the knee doesn't feel the same, I'll just do 195 for 12 perfectly, and I'll go do the one-legged stuff and bust my ass on one-legged squats, on split squats, on lunges, things like that, things like this. So my form here after PRing on the squat was pretty abysmal, and again, I forgot my trusty training manual here. And instead of doing 3 sets of 9, I did 3 sets of 12. And that's actually Ron Partlow right there. But I didn't say hi to him because I look ridiculous. So anyways, I was able to maintain or progress on this as well. But again, the form and the feeling in my knee, it's pushed too hard. It just needs a little more time to let the connective tissue grow, because the muscle is there. It's just really the connective tissue that's not there. And if you've built mass, if you've been enhanced, if you have a good amount of musculature, you might atrophy the muscle a little bit, but you don't really know what's going on with the connective tissue. I don't think connective tissue has any memory or any muscle memory. It probably stays. I really don't know much about it. But we've all heard that connective tissue grows and heals slower than muscle tissue. It's not a very blood or oxygen rich tissue compared to muscle. So yeah, I think the plan now is to find a happy medium between this workout and the first workout and push myself on all this accessory stuff, because I went from squatting nothing to squatting 225 to 275 to starting back at 135 to, and obviously my leg size didn't change more than I'd say 1 inch. So I can kill myself with squats and be in pain and have bad form for maybe half an inch on my legs, or I can just be healthy and progress at what I want to and put a 1/4 inch on my legs. So I will take the latter, and we'll get that other, you know, mass in the future. So that's kind of my thoughts on squatting, just giving you guys an honest input. I'm pretty much one of my harshest critics. So when I feel something the next day or in the session that's off, it's just not excusable. There's no excuse, there's no reason. I was very sick and tired and I should have been more careful, but I'm just really grateful that we're still good to go. So just some food for thought there, guys. So hard, I only want to finish. So that's halfway, left, right, left. 3 sets of 12. Alright, so that was the stressful part of the workout. Squatting and then one-legged squats are ridiculously hard, and kind of my point with that is if I just maintain where my squat is now for a month and I just get better and better at the one-legged and I can fly through them and hop straight up, then if I can do that after squatting heavy, the progress, I feel it more in the one-legged things. So I know there's some research and a lot of anecdote on, you know, doing two-legged squats and two-legged, you know, bilateral movements, full compound movements for maximum size, but I find that it works in a perfect world where everyone is perfectly healthy. But if you observe our population, no one is perfectly healthy. So to tell everyone that it's best to do everything compound two-legged, it's unrealistic. So it is ideal in an optimal situation, in an above average situation, absolutely. But for the average person, the extra muscle they may build from doing that will be offset by the injuries and just lack of function overall. Alright, so that wraps up the workout. We matched last week's. 6 days later, the knee actually felt more tired this time. So we'll take another break, but it's a hit or miss with the knee. Felt good, but fatigued, so gonna choose 3 exercises, gonna up the weight on the kettlebells, and do Spanish and reverse lunge, so the same thing too, but going after my weaknesses, so let's get it. So I don't want to leave you guys on a boring note. Thank you very much. Here's a little bit of leg posing. Nothing impressive, but that's me. And I'm happy that I'm walking better and squatting, and it's time to get this knee healing up again in the next few days. Peace. Apparently this is the worst storm that Denver has seen in a very long time. It's not the best for driving. Ugh. Get out of the way. So post-workout antibiotics, probably not the best thing for gains.